Which committee? have you
902.
been on?
Economic
But you've been on every.
No, not
And,
that.
we'll come to
Hang on.
call the meeting to order. For quorum purposes, I'd like to appoint, Member Cahill to our, meeting so we can, to our, committee, so we can, have quorum.
Should I second that? Do I have to
He
second?
can just do it himself.
Okay, roll call, please.
Oh,
Chair Childress,
Yes.
Vice Chair Zhang.
Here.
Member Desart,
Here,
Member Galasi, Member Garcia, Member Ozak,
Okay.
I'm gonna say member Cahill.
Member Kate.
Here.
Sorry.
Can you note for the record that they're at economic development?
Yes.
So it doesn't look like they're all slackers out here.
For the record, we have, the chair has no remarks, so we'll move in right into public comment. Do we have any public comment?
There's no public comment.
Being no public comment, we'll get right into it so we can get, done. Chair will entertain a motion to approve, the minutes for,
So moved.
Tuesday, February 4th. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. We'll get into claims reports. Chair will move on. 2539, claims report, Public Works Facilities Management.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Going into, joint purchasing agreement. Chair will move on PWP 225, recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase to Peterbilt, Illinois, Joliet, doing business as JX Truck Center for a new cab for hauling sludge and leachate for processing at Woodbridge Green Valley Waste Center Treatment Plant for a period of February 25th, 2025 to November 30th, 2025 for a total contract amount not to exceed $173,876.99.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Questions? We've got all these vehicles purchased, Nick, or in this agenda. And, so I was just wondering, are they from, the Public Works, budget, or are they from that?
This is
Are they-
absolutely public works budget.
Okay.
We
Where
plan
made that
these.
Vehicle
Yeah.
replacement budget?
No, it has nothing to do with vehicle replacement, but especially this first one, it's so large. This is actually like a semi-trailer
Right.
truck that we use to haul, but these were all budgeted years ago as part of our plans.
Just wondered.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
They are
Thank you,
not
Chair.
part of the vehicle replacement.
We voted.
All
All in
those in
favor?
favor? Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Next item up is FMP 425, recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase
moved.
order to the National Auto Fleet Group for 2025 Ford Transit Cargo Van for facilities management for a period of February 25th, 2025 to November 8th, 2025 for a total contract amount not to exceed $60,453.28. Has been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Yes,
Can
ma'am.
I just be noted as here? I was in the other meeting. Thank you so much.
Me too. Sorry, I was in another meeting.
We have you down.
Note that Dawn and I are still here.
We came to this meeting.
Any
Shower
discussion?
today, put cologne on, so you guys.
Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next item up, FMP 525, recommendation for the approval of a contract for the National Auto Fleet Group for 2025 Ford F-50 Super Cat truck for facilities management for the period of February 25, 2025 to
Second.
November 8, 2025 for a total contract amount not to exceed $44,132.46. Been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item up, FMP 625, the recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to National Auto Fleet Group for 2025 Ford F-50 truck for facilities management for a period of February 25, 2025 to November 8, 2025 for a total contract amount not to exceed $39,934.14. Has been properly moved and seconded.
So moved.
Second.
There we go. Okay, any discussion on this? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item up is bid awards, FMP 725. Recommendation for the approval of contract Royal Pipe and Supply Company to furnish and deliver plumbing supplies by the specific manufacturer as needed to the county facility for a period of February 2026,
So moved.
2025 through February 25, 2027, for a total contract amount not to exceed $180,000 per lowest bid. Has been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Next item up, bid renewal. 25 541. Recommendation for the approval of a contract to Peregrine, I think I'm saying that right?
Paragraph.
Peregrine Services for printing and mailing services for sewer and or water bills and related notices for Public Works for the period of August 1st, 2025 through
Second.
July 31st, 2026 for a total contract amount not to exceed $20,000 per qualified offer.
Member Krajewski will be happy. This is plenty of time before the contract ends.
Okay. It has been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, next item up, FMP 825, recommendation for the approval of a contract to Petroleum Traders Corp. To furnish and deliver off-road diesel fuel as needed for the power plant and standby power facility for a period of April 1, 2025 through March 31st, 2026 for facilities management for a contract not to exceed $101,000 per.
So moved.
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, next item up, FMP 925, recommendation for the approval of contract of Gerke Technology Group to furnish and deliver water treatment chemicals as needed for campus facilities for facilities management for a period of March 23, 2025 through March 22, 2026 for contract total not to exceed $60,000 per contract option. Has it
So moved.
Second.
been moved and seconded? Any discussion? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Next item up is sole source, FMP 1025, recommendation for the approval of a contract to Midwest Applied Solutions, Inc. to provide ionized tubing or tube supplies for the HVAC cleaning system for facilities management for a period of February 26, 2025 through November 30, 2025 for a total contract not to exceed $45,979.43.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item up is informational. DTR 125, an intergovernmental agreement between DuPage County and Illinois Public Works Mutual Aid Network, providing membership for the IPWMA network, $500.
So moved.
It's been moved-
Second.
been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Heritage Gallery update.
As Chair Childers mentioned last week at board, March 4th, Tuesday, 1 PM in this room, we'll be having a special call as a focus group for the Heritage Gallery project downstairs. We'll have Taylor Studio staff on site that day to talk with community members. We're working with county communications staff to get an email out today on the wide distribution list. I have emails from the Wayne Park District Museum staff. They've given us contact for countywide museum contacts and other stakeholders. They'll also be notified today. Okay. I'll also be posting this flyer down in the Heritage Gallery where people can scan and see what's going on as well. Once the special call is completed, we'll be posting a YouTube link on that webpage as well so that people can review, and we'll have the survey live at that time too, and the link will be available for that link as well. Any other questions here again?
Yeah, you said the meeting would be in this room and then you said downstairs, so I'm confused.
Oh,
Where's
sorry.
the meeting?
Special call will be in this room,
In this room.
3500B. I was gonna post the flyer downstairs,
Oh.
starting today, so anybody walking by will know what's coming as well.
Okay, great. And can we get an electronic copy of the flyer too to send to people?
Yes, please forward on to anybody you think would be interested. That'd be
So
great.
Jeff,
Thank you.
Jeff, can you scan this and send this to all members of the entire board?
Yeah, I have a PDF that actually, yeah, it has a link in it. You can click and it will take you to a webpage. So
Yeah.
I'll forward that, yeah. And then we did, also install a quiet room downstairs last week.
Slash time machine.
I have members say,
Soon
to be a wine
cellar.
No, I mean, I understand. I mean, are they bringing anything? Are they just gonna do the same presentation they gave us last time? Because that really wasn't great. Are they gonna bring any kind of display information? And I know 1 o'clock. I mean, who's gonna come at 1 o'clock? I mean, when transportation or stormwater does it, we do it at night. Or at like 5 o'clock and we set stuff up where people can come and give comment at that point. You know, so I just, I don't know if they're gonna come. I mean, I'm not very impressed by what they did. We had a lot of questions just with our group and it seems like we're moving forward. So are they gonna give the same presentation we saw 2 weeks ago? I mean, is that basically what it is?
They're gonna summarize the schematic design, but this is more to get into the content for the displays, the general history timeline on the outside, but then what are the stories, the people we wanna feature on the inside? It's kind of dialing that next step.
You're looking for input from the, ideas for what's gonna be in the content. So
Right.
it's gonna be very much, back and forth, but Taylor's looking for input from the stakeholders out there, right?
Correct. We have a loose outline and they're really looking to see what the community feels is, most important to that space.
that's why when I talked to you, I asked that we could get people from your district and other districts here.
Right.
Because they have some skin in the game too.
Right, but I mean, Michael, some people work. I mean, that's part of the problem. But now I'm kind of even more confused. They're gonna start bringing what the subjects are gonna be before we see it?
We're going to tell them what we think should be in there.
Okay, so that kind of sounds different than what you had just said, that they're gonna start talking about people that they wanna,
In our last
have on
round,
display.
yes, they'd had that, outline in our last, I think we
Right.
emailed it out. So I mean, they've collected all this data basically. Now they want to see, to their third party, high level looking at it. Now they want to know, how local residents, citizens, board members.
So that's what we want. We want residents putting input into it. They're not gonna already come and say, this is what we wanna do.
No,
Here are
they're
the
putting
people. Okay.
input.
That's like a large
Ultimately,
menu and then we're helping choose the items on the menu.
this
Okay.
committee will make the final decision with what is down there. And, ultimately probably the board, but this committee will have the oversight, but we're trying to get as many eyes on it as we can. So we can incorporate what we're hearing from everybody and then bring it back to you with ideas and plans.
Okay, and we're still underneath our threshold of what we allotted on this for funds?
Yes. Now, whether the build out is below it, we'll see what the final, project is and we'll figure out from there. But yes, we are.
I remember,
Okay,
sorry,
thank you. Two thoughts. Are we under the threshold? Yes, we agreed. We voted on $150,000. And as I recall, this Taylor initial project from Taylor's 50-ish thousand, right?
As far as their design, once you hit construction, if you remember, there were options in there that put it over 150,000, if I remember correctly.
No, I mean, just this first phase, this first design.
The design, yes. What was the cost for
The base
Taylor?
contract is 30,000, and then at the end of concept design, which is what we're in right now, the committee needs to decide if we want to move on to design development, which would be a $15,000.
Basically putting the bids.
So
together.
45,000.
I've not been impressed with them so far, so I'm not sure I want to go, just as a member of this committee, I want to go forward with them. But, Member Zay, I was confused as well about content, because, Taylor was trying to do content, but I spoke with Chair Childress, and he said, no, it's totally up to us to do content. To
we
provide
drive this,
content.
not Taylor.
Okay, that's all I have to say.
Was the member, you have a comment?
I have a question.
Yes,
So we talk about content, and I think that's great that this committee decides completely on the content, but we certainly need advice. We need a consultant who's a historian, because I sure as heck don't know the history of DuPage County. So how do we get that information before us so we decide what we want in there?
I can answer that. We have DuPage Historical Society
Yes.
involved too, so they'll have some input and we'll keep driving that.
We are reaching out to countywide museums, as well as we're hoping museum staff can be here, for their input as well.
I was just gonna say on our little ad hoc committee, we've got people, from the Lombard Museum, West Chicago Museum,
Naperville.
in Naperville, neighbor settlement, and we've got people around the committee who will gladly help us.
Has Glen Ellen been involved?
Yes, we actually met Glen Ellen.
Okay.
How about Elmhurst, Dawn? Has Elmhurst been involved?
Elmhurst is involved, yes.
Good, thanks.
Or we can just, go to a local board member who's got a degree in history from a local university to input, who that would be.
We could do that.
You know.
All right,
Thanks, Jen.
thanks, Jeff. Any other questions on that topic? Being none, any old business? Any new business? Without object, oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you. My new business is this. Did our staff take down the Henry Hyde signage and put up the new signage? Was it our staff who did that? Because there's been some discussion among constituents that this change cost a lot of taxpayer dollars. And I just don't believe that that's true. I think our own staff put up the signage. So
That name
do we
was,
have a number?
that name was taken down Saturday morning.
Right,
It was taken down by our staff.
right.
We did not put up any other words above it because you still have the judicial facility underneath it. We had our, facilities management probably spent two people,
So in order to take the stuff down, there's two people about an hour. And then the grounds.
We had
staff,
grounds,
pressure washing.
yeah.
I don't know how long it took, but it wasn't.
Same thing, grounds probably took, I would say, 30 to 45 minutes for pressure washing. So it was our own staff, no outside. And we did Saturday because all of our staff, like grounds, were in here managing for the snow coming. So it just made sense to do it at the same time.
Okay, now do we have any idea how much the new signage will cost?
There is no new signage.
Oh, it's
We
on the
just took the
same
name
page.
down.
We
Okay,
just took it
just
off,
took
yeah.
Okay, so you would say two people, 1 hour, maybe a couple $100.
Maybe, and we might repaint it in the spring when it warms up, and we'll do that internally ourselves as well.
So what's the guesstimate? 500, so I can quote correctly?
And that would be under 500.
Under 500
Okay.
easily.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Any other new business? Being none, the chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
And moved, seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
How was your
Any
weekend?
opposed? Meeting's adjourned.
All right, thank